Hello and welcome to COMS130 WWW17, the online version. I'm your instructor, Joel. I'll be going over Blackboard and test out, which will give you a good understanding. Hopefully this video will give you a good understanding of what you have to complete during this semester to have a successful outcome. So starting with Blackboard, as you see on the screen, as soon as you log into Blackboard, you have announcements. I usually use that for updates. If I need to tell you about something was modified, anything that relates to the course, that's where it goes. And also I will email you the same announcement to your math email. So definitely you need to make sure to keep track of your math email. If you do not use it often, I strongly recommend that you go in once under settings, top screen, right side, then forward the emails to your personal email. So it allows you to forward every single message to your personal email, which hopefully will allow you to keep track. So as a quick note, as you can see, the first announcements, it tells you what to do. After reading the announcement, it tells you to go to the startup session, which allows you to folder, which will allow you to watch the video, this video. Then after that, it walks you through what needs to be done, and we'll go over all of this together. So first thing we're going to jump into is the syllabus. So if you open your syllabus, it's something that you can download. It's a PDF file. You have my office, which is 2320 in the RTC building, second floor. Office hours are from 9 a.m. to 10:30 on Mondays, and then Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 10:30 also, and 1:30 to 3:30, and then Thursdays from 4 to 5. Best way to communicate with me is via email. I do check my email 7 days a week. Please, when you send an email, make sure to put the name of the class in the subject title. Meaning when you create an email, you have to put my email address, which is joel.hashem@mcc.edu. And then you have in the subject title, put in there COMS130 WW01. Then I'll know it's from a student, and then I'll be able to get back to you right away, because I do receive a lot of junk mail, which I do not check. So if there is none in there, then I won't be able to figure that out, and I'll probably ignore it and let it sit down in there forever, or probably delete it. Phone number to my office, you can call and leave a message. As I'm not there often, I'm only there for 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. So if you call on Fridays, I will not get back to you until Monday. So that's why the best way to get hold of me is via email, and I'll be able to get back to you right away. So finishing from this, so this course introduces you to Linux. We use a version similar to Fedora. So if any of you are interested in creating their own version at home, because we're going to use a simulated environment. So I'll go over that, which is, if you look at it, it's called testout.com. And that's what you need to purchase from the bookstore, which allows you to get a copy of it. But I will also post a code in Blackboard after this video for the folks that are not using financial aid. They would like to purchase it from their own pocket. You'll be able to purchase that. I will be posting that after this video, so I did not want to post it before this video. I'll do it after. If you want to do that, you can go to testout.com and then use the promotion code, which will tell you how much the price is, discounted price, and then you'll have to use your math email to go through that process. Attendance is taken in Blackboard. It is due on a weekly basis, so you'll have to complete that before Monday, or by Monday of every week. So the first attendance, week 1, is due before Monday, September 11th, before 11:59 p.m. So this one, week 1 attendance, will open the first day of class, which is September 5th, and it will stay open until September 11th, 11:59 p.m. So you need to make sure to do that on a weekly basis. This is for financial aid purposes. It does not affect your grade, your final grade for the class, but it does affect your financial aid purposes. So if you do not complete your attendance, you'll be marked absent, and that will be submitted to financial aid. Once it's submitted, there's nothing that can be done about it. So it cannot be overturned or changed. So definitely you have to make sure to keep track of this. Competencies, I'll leave that to you. Please read that. Class expectation, the same thing. Assignment, grades, the usual. Now, what you need to worry about is labs and exams, which are quizzes in reality in test out, and that is worth 50% of your final grade. You have 2 tests, which are also completed in test out, and that's 30% of your final grade. And there's a presentation, which I'll talk about in a minute, which is worth 20% of your final grades, and that will give you your 100%. Due dates are available, and you'll see those in a minute on the bottom. So you have to complete the work before the due date of every section that we have to complete. As you can see, you'll be completing 11 sections in test out, and week 1 and 2, I gave you 2 weeks to complete section 1, which is, you know, plenty of time to get started and move on. Section 1 and section 7 are the longest sections, and that is the reason I gave you 2 weeks for each one of those to get them done. Now, some of the sections are really short, like section, I think 5 or 6. There's not much that needs to be done in there, so I strongly recommend that you go work ahead of time and you do not wait on a weekly basis. So for example, section 3 is due before October 2nd, 2017. So that's when I'll go ahead, probably on October 3rd, that's when I'll go ahead and do the grading. And the grading will show in Blackboard. So if you go under My Grades, you'll see every section, what is the percentage that you received. Now, going backward a little bit, late policy, you have to have a pretty darn good reason with some type of proof why you missed work for me to allow you to complete it and get some type of grade for it, which will not be the full grade, of course, which will not be fair for the other folks that completed the work on time. Withdrawal policy, please contact the registrar if there is, for some reason, you want to do that. I hope not. NS grade is just a failing grade, incomplete, not provided for this class. Presentation requirement. Presentation, I'll be assigning each one of you a section, actually a subsection, so you're not going to take the whole section and get it done, but you'll do some of those sections later, and I will give you an example as to what am I looking for. I will put an example of a presentation. You have to create a PowerPoint presentation. Pretty much what you'll be doing, you'll be taking different commands and explaining what they are. So you show an example of it, and then you explain this command allows you to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the syntax for it is this way. I will post a sample for you in Blackboard so you can have a map that you can follow. Now, these presentations are not due until the end of the semester, so there's plenty of time of it. I want you to focus now on getting the work done for section 1. Once you get used to it, then you'll be able to start working on this. So you can either just use Microsoft PowerPoint and then add voice to it and then submit that. That's good enough. Or you can create a video and then upload that into YouTube and then, you know, provide the link. So either or will do the job. But for the folks that are not comfortable creating a video, you can just basically use PowerPoint, create your slides, and then comment on it by using voice within PowerPoint. So it's very, very simple. Now, for the folks that want to create a video, you can use Jing, for example, Jing, which allows you to capture, you know, create videos. Or you can go on Google and find out a lot of different available screen captures that allows you to create videos. Cheating, hopefully that will not be a problem. Financial aid, please contact financial aid for any questions that you might have. Statement of accommodations, that's basically if you have any act of, like, let's say disability or something like that, you need to contact the disability services, and then from there will instruct you as to what needs to be done and how it needs to be get done. Also, there's other stuff that, you know, I'll leave for you to review, like the MCC care team, honor code, possible dangerous situation, phone numbers, etc., etc. So please review those, and if you have any question, let me know. Now, student responsibilities, I expect you to complete the work on time. I expect you to ask me if you have any question, and then I'll be more than happy to assist you with it. I strongly recommend that you try to work ahead and not wait until the last minute to get it done. It's not hard, it's time consuming, and I will tell you in a minute what you can do to earn 100% on all the quizzes and all the labs. I will show you in a second how to get that done. Also, if there's any changes to the syllabus for some reason, I will update the syllabus, I will post a new one in Blackboard, I will post an announcement in Blackboard, and I will email you to let you know that there's changes to the syllabus, which I do not foresee for, some reason. So frequent asked questions, please review those. Hopefully those will help somehow as to what you have to complete and what needs to be completed. Moving on, the next step we need to go over, if you go under content folder, you will find a PDF file that shows you how to create your account and test out. A lot of folks usually are fine creating the account. The only step that is usually forgotten is to actually join a class. That's 99% of the students sometimes do that. This is the only one that actually people forget to do it. So this shows you step by step on how to create an account and test out. It's pretty simple, self-explanatory, but mainly what you need to be careful about is joining a school. And then after you join a school, which is Mod Community College, you need to join a class. And the class itself, now when you want to join a school, you can research by my last name. Just put in there HACHEM and you'll be able to find the class itself, COMS130-WW01-Fall17. Now be careful, all the other sections for spring of this past year, winter of last year, etc., all still visible because the account that you create and test out is valid for 16 months. So it's something that I was able to get for you guys, 16 months, which will hopefully allow you to get prepared to go take the Linux Plus certification, the CompTIA certification. If you complete this 100% and you really understand, you have a good understanding of test out content, you'll be able to pass the exam without any issue. And Mod is a testing center for CompTIA, so you need to contact the testing center, and it's half of what it will cost you to take it outside of Mod. So this gives you the step-by-step to create that. I will make a report after week 1, and if I don't see students in it, I will definitely contact you to, hey, make sure to, did you register to the class? Did you forget to be added to the class, and etc. So this PDF file can be found under content. And then finally, you'll see here under presentation upload, that's where you'll have to upload your presentation. Like I said, it's not due until the end of the semester. The next thing you need to get done is go ahead and do an introduction to yourself. I expect that hopefully in the next 3 days after the semester starts, so I want you to get that as soon as possible. So pretty much what you're doing, you can copy and paste these questions and then answer them. I did do my introduction about myself, so please take a second to review it. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me. That is all about Blackboard. Now moving on to test out. If you move to test out to create an account, after you create the account and test out, you'll be able to see the sections and subsections. There is actually 12 sections, but we're not doing the last one. The last one is not required. You can do it yourself if you want to, but it's not a requirement. The sections that you need to complete is section 1 through 11. 0 is just an introduction of what it is, how. So if you click on section 0, and then you can see there's videos. Now, would you need to watch all videos? Not really. You don't have to do that, to be honest with you. But is it a good idea to watch them all? Be sure if you want to do that. I do not mind at all if you do it. Now, there's videos where the guy is talking in general. So he's just talking. Those are stuff that you can probably skip. Okay, those are not critical. The ones that are critical are the ones that where he shows how to get the labs done. So let's start with this one, which is section 1.0 is the main one. So if I click on this video, let me turn off the voice. So here he's talking about, oops, sorry. He's talking in general about what, how, where, when, etc. Like I said, these are stuff that you can skip if you do not want to watch them. But the ones that you need to watch are the ones where he's showing you how to get the lab done. Then, as you can see here, there is the commands, what they are. So these can be actually printed. You can print those. I strongly recommend that you do that. Click on print and then save them as a PDF file. And then you can keep track of those, which will help you when you're doing your exams. You can use those notes. I do not mind if you use them. So it's a good idea to print them. And then from there, instead of printing, having hard copy, you can save them and then put them, save as a PDF file. Now moving on, video again, video. Then these are more content that you can review. Now these right here, these are the quizzes, okay? As you can see, it says exam, but it's actually a quiz. Usually they're anywhere between 5 to 10 questions. Let's say I'm going to start this. Okay, I started my quiz. I answered all the questions. Okay, answered, next one, answered, next one, answered, whatever that answer is, moved on, answered, and then score the test. Okay, score the test. I'm done. Now, as you can see, I did not get all of them correct. I got 14%. Now, every single lab and every single exam quiz, I allow you to take it twice. And I will take the highest grade out of the two attempts. So what I'm telling you to do, which, you know, it is kind of legally cheating, you can, after completing the test, if you click on individual responses, it actually gives you the answer key. Okay, so you have the answer key for each one of these. So if you expand those right there, you can see it tells you what the answer is. And why am I telling you to do this? Because not only it shows you the answer, but it tells you the why. And that's what I'm hoping for, that you can cheat legally, but at the same time you're learning why is the answer, you know, whatever that answer is that you did not get correctly. So right there you can print once again and then save those as a PDF and then go back and take the quiz again. So right there you can cheat legally and get 100% on every single quiz. Same for the labs. Let me find the first lab. This is the first lab. Okay, so let's say do this, check your answer. Okay, it tells you what it is. View the lab. Taking a second. Hopefully it opens. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I had my firewall blocking this. I'm using my own laptop. That is why. So it opened. And then once it opens, it's the same thing as the quizzes. You can start, it tells you what needs to be done. So let's say I finished something and I'm done. I couldn't figure it out. Okay, done. If you click on done, oops. Okay, not found, so done. Okay, it's not allowing me to do it. Let's see. Allow, done. Let me try to find another lab for some reason. Let's do this one. If you click on done, usually it will show you what the answer is, which for some reason it's not allowing me to do it. Alright, let me use another browser really quickly. Maybe it's a browser issue. I'm using a laptop and the Wi-Fi is not great at the moment at school. So let me log in. once you log in to test out, after you create your account, you'll see, you know, a screen that tells you test out. You just click on it, and then that will take you to the main screen. So let's go to 1. My apology for this technical issues. We'll get there eventually. Okay, so this is a lab. So let's see, it opened the simulation environment. And like I said, this simulation environment is very, very close. It's a kind of small modified version of Fedora. So Fedora is the right one for you guys to try if you want to do a dual boot, or you want to create a USB drive. For some reason it's not allowing me to do it, so let's see. Done. Why it's not allowing me to view the answer key? Explanation. So it gives you the explanation right here. I'm sorry, it was in front of me and I did not see it. So use the -G with the kill all. So to find the correct switch, use, you know, kill all -HL. So to do that, you know, here it did not tell you to use the kill all. So kill all -G, or you have to do something before or something like that, whatever. So once you get this done, it tells you what the answer is. And then if you go, let's see, let's try a section 2, for example, or section 3. So it's the same as the quizzes. Every time you complete a quiz or a lab, it will give you the answer key. And like I said, you'll have 2 trials to get each one done. And every time you complete one, every time you complete either a quiz or a lab, I will take the highest of the 2 right there. I'm sorry, my apology. The other one was different. So I clicked on complete. So as you can see, this one tells you what needs to be done and how you need to get it done. So it shows you the steps. So if, let's say you completed this right here lab, but you did not get it right. You're trying to go through the grub and etc. and it did not work. This will give you the answer key. So you can complete done and then start it again, and then it allows you to go ahead and get it done from scratch. So let's say the first one you got 50%. You can go ahead and click on done, and then take a print screen or print this one. Once again, same thing. A good idea to print all of these and save them as a PDF. Why? Because your exams will be exactly the same, similar questions, quizzes, and labs as you have here. So it's exactly the same process that you have. So from that point of view, that's what I want you to be careful about when you try to go through the process of creating this. Now, for you guys, when you go to test out, I forgot to mention that, my apology. You go under sign up. Okay, once you go to sign up, it allows you to go through the process of creating your account, and then the voucher that you get will have a code that will look like, this type of code right here, and that's what you'll need to get. Or if you decide to purchase it from test out, you can do that. So everything that you need to complete is through test out. Even your tests are also through test out. And then usually the test will show up at the beginning of your screen. In the middle of your screen, you should have, when you click on the course itself, let's say I clicked on the course, you should have like a test 1 or test 2. And I will also provide you a practice exam. So before, like probably a week or 2 before your test, I will give you a practice exam, which will allow you to get it done through that process. So based on this, that's pretty much it for the whole thing. Please feel free to email me. I forgot to mention, under discussion board, I did post a peer help. I do not mind that you guys post questions here about anything specific, and let your classmates help you, so you collaborate together, gives you ideas. Now, if you cannot find an answer, then go ahead and forward the answer to me, and then I'll be able to answer that, the question. I'm sorry, forward the question to me, and I will answer that for you. That's pretty much it for this course. So everything that you need is within test out, and what you have to complete is basically all those sections and subsections. Like I said, section 1 and 7 are the longest. Don't wait too long to jump on it. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. As you can see, section 1 will have subsections in it, and if you can see, look at all of these. I think you have 19 or something like that subsections. So you have to complete a lot of the labs and a lot of the quizzes. One more thing before I let you go. If you go under the course itself, you can create a report. You guys can create a report, and the report will allow you to see what you've completed. So under report, you go to class gradebook, run a report, and what you need to select always is exams and labs, and that will show you what you have completed so far, so like that you do not miss any of the sections. If you look here, you have all the labs and all the exams, which are your quizzes that you need to complete. So right there, that's a good way to keep track of it, so like that hey, I completed this section, I forgot this one, or I got 90 on this lab, I need to go back and get it done again. So that gives you a good idea of what you need to complete. That's it for this orientation. Please feel free to contact me at any time, as soon as possible. Don't wait, so like that I can give you an answer, and hopefully you guys can complete it as soon as possible and have a wonderful semester. Thank you.